church, nice to see you. I've been struck by the words of Jesus when he says, "Well done, good and faithful servant." And over the last month I've heard many stories of faithful men and women who are running the race for Christ, ready to hear those words, "Well done, good and faithful servant." Let's start with Peter Bradhurst. Peter Bradhurst was a man of God who served his Saviour for over 60 years. He's gone to glory. At his funeral, we had the privilege of hearing many stories of people who have been impacted by his faith. His children, his grandchildren, many at this church who have been led to Christ through him and by him. So well done, good and faithful servant Peter. I was struck by a man who serves in our upper primary kids church. He's so committed to his young people that he's helping those who in year 6 make the transition to Ignite by attending on Friday evenings as well. I've been struck by a man in the workforce who works in the city. He's so committed to being a Christian in his workplace, shining a light for Christ into that community. Another man at church has gone down to 4 days a week so he can serve his Saviour here at church in the missions team. Many people have been in hospital this past month, and I've been struck by those who have helped, who have served, who have visited, who have driven their kids around, provided meals, just the way that the gospel is changing people's lives. One of our missions partners who's had a really difficult month has made huge sacrifices, but they will hear those words, "good and faithful servant." Our wardens and our parish council who have dedicated so many hours putting together a budget for 2020, writing policies and procedures, writing documents. Also, this church can function so well. I want to say well done, good and faithful servant. The interns, what a joy it is to have those men and women. They are seeking to serve their Saviour. At the end of this year, we will farewell Joel and Emma and Tan from the intern programme, but thankfully all three are going to stay as members of this church. We're going to welcome 5 new interns, Julian, Leon, Naomi, Anya and Juanita. All these men and women who are eager to serve their Saviour by trying their hand at ministry. I want to thank God for Andrew West and for the ministry he does on our team, for the way he leads our maturity team and pastors 6 p.m. congregation. I'm so excited to announce that Andrew will be ordained as a deacon in February 2020 at St Andrew's Cathedral. I need to read this official notice of ordination. Notice is hereby given that Andrew West of this parish intends to offer himself as a candidate for the Holy Order of Deacon at the forthcoming ordination by the Archbishop of Sydney to be held at St Andrew's Cathedral on the 15th of February 2020. If any person knows any just cause or impediment for which Andrew West ought not to be admitted to this office, that person should declare or signify the cause immediately to the Archbishop. Please do pray for Andrew and Christine as they look forward to being ordained. I think that's one of the beautiful things about this partnership. We get to hear stories about men and women who are just being good and faithful servants. So can I encourage you to keep running the race and fighting for the faith so you too will hear those words, "Well done, good and faithful servant."